So I just finished The Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix, and I've been going through some of the really big Poe references that you really should notice if you're watching, and somehow I skimmed right over one of the biggest. So the big focus in this series is the short stories, of course, but poetry is also peppered throughout all 8 episodes. The City and the Sea, For Annie, Spirits of the Dead, The Raven, of course, but probably Poe's most famous poem next to The Raven is Annabel Lee. In this mini-series, the character Annabel Lee is Roderick's first wife, and we meet her during the flashbacks to the late 1970s. In this series, Roderick is the author of the poem Annabel Lee. When they are having a hard time, he reminds her of this beautiful poem that he wrote about her. Even the character Verna says that Roderick would have been a poet in another life. The poem Annabel Lee is actually pretty sad. It tells of a lost love, a young woman named Annabel Lee. The speaker in the poem is remembering her. In the poem, Annabel Lee is already long gone. She has died. Roderick quoting this poem, having the poem be part of the story rather than just utilizing the character name, that is foreshadowing because he is going to lose Annabel Lee. She is so disturbed by his actions that she leaves him. In the poem, Annabel Lee dies young of a mysterious illness, and the narrator spends the rest of his life mourning her, dreaming about her. She is lost to his memories, forever young in the past. In this series, Annabel Lee is also lost to the past. We find out in episode 8, Roderick used his wealth and power to torture Annabel Lee by taking her children away. Roderick admits it was out of spite, not out of interest or concern for the children. The loss of her children is what leads to Annabel Lee's demise at her own hand. We only see her when she is a young woman. She is lost to memory. If you are wanting to read some of the material that this series is based on, yes, absolutely go for the short stories, but don't neglect the poems. If you are looking for more Poe content, more of Annabel Lee, The Fall of the House of Usher, Mosque of the Red Death, The Telltale Heart, definitely come and visit me on YouTube. I have the more in-depth, heavy-duty analysis over on that channel, and I hope to see you there.